will avoid 0-2. It's to Penny. Comes back. Rashad Penny keeping his balance just beyond the 40-yard line. Finally tripped up by Kyle Fuller. 6 long yards to go side to side.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer staying true to that running game. He wants to take some of that pressure off of Russell, so he doesn't have to do it all the time. And then when the moments come, take advantage of it. And make no mistake about it. Russell Wilson's like LeBron. He's got the whole franchise on his back. But give Brian Schottenheimer credit, staying true to it, and allow him to run the football with a lot of time on the clock.
Look at number 19 at the top of your screen, the receiver for Seattle. That's for Navy quarterback Keenan Reynolds. 2nd and 4. Penny, good run, as he's going to be close to that line to make. Looks like he's right on the 45. Let's see how they spot it. And they are moving the chains.
He's staying true to the running game. He's going to allow him to keep moving it. Penny finally getting going. He didn't play real well last week. He was tired some. The running back number 20. He's finding these soft spots. It's wearing on this Chicago defense.
He only had 7 carries for just 8 rushing yards at Denver in his NFL debut. First round draft pick out of San Diego State. The timeout is used by Seattle. Mr. Fourth quarter. Can he be that tonight? On his 4th quarter drive now. High formation with big Trey Madden in front of Rashad Penny. First down, Seattle. Penny getting plenty of work here in this 4th quarter. Goes ahead for a yard that time. Taken down by Robertson Harris.
They're staying true to this running game, but now there comes a point you can get to some of these play actions. Try to get a shot in there. 2nd down. This is when you want the best play call. This is when you want it now. The momentum's flipping a little bit. Take advantage of this. He's going empty here. See if he can get a play.
2nd and 9. Empty set, as you mentioned. It is picked off. Mukamura. Can he get past Russ? He does. My, oh my. First interception return for a touchdown in his last 2,778 pass attempts.
And it was just an empty set. Quick game. They're trying to get for 3rd and manageable. You look at that number 20. He saw it. He jumped that route. And that's a house call. He knew what he was doing.
Prince Mukamura. Game changer just like that.
What's Mukamura though? He sees it. He knows that it's quick game. He's looking, he's spot dropping, he does film study. One of the things that Seattle does when they get empty is they look at the ball out mentality. Hello. He sees it open up. Plus has a little bit of a wind up there. Good reaction by the veteran corner. Heard a lot of talk about last week. That breakdown, a little bit of a choke job, potentially what happened last week with Aaron Rodgers. Enough of that. Great spots by this Vic Fangio defense.
You know, Vic, you got a veteran cornerback who, as you said, has done his film study. He's sitting on that route. There was no chance of him ever playing any route deep. So it was either going to be feast or famine right there, and he got the feast. Veteran player understanding down, distance, and situation, film study during the week leads to a house call.
Russell Wilson threw altogether 1 pick 6 in his career. It came in his rookie season. And then this one here in Chicago. Just when you're starting to see Seattle piecing things together.
In the 4th quarter, he'd like to have that throw back.
Would he ever? Now back to a 2-touchdown margin.
What? Run!
Plenty of time as he goes underneath the big net.
Look, he's still got a lot of time here. He's going to give him the 2 minutes. Hurry up offense a little bit, but he's got plenty of time. He just needs to go down and score, or enough time, I should say, to go down and score. He just needs to have a big strike in this 2-minute offense.
At number 20 there, Prince Amukamara, his first pick 6 of his career. He had 1 interception in his previous 41 games. Hadn't had a pick since leaving the Giants 3 years ago. Mike Davis has nowhere to go. Ball came out at the end as the crowd reacts.
Forward progress will stop. Forward progress will stop. Third down.
Think about that for Amukamara. Had 1 interception in his previous 41 games. And he picks the right time to get after it. Fourth quarter, critical moment. And Amukamara takes it back 49 yards for a big 6. Third down and 1.
And they got to get on the ball and get in a hurry up. Got the first. They got to get on the ball and hurry up offense.
It's Mike Davis, fourth-year player out of South Carolina, in that running back now. Russell Wilson back now. Reminder Sports Center is coming up next. SVP has a loaded show.
Just Chicago, just going to play soft zone. Keep everything in front of you.
Wilson looking over his options, and then he will cut and just get beyond Roquan Smith, the number 8 overall pick in this year's NFL draft.
And this is danger time for the Seattle offensive line because you can't give as much help right now. So Mack, Goldman, Hicks, these guys are going to get true one-on-one battles up front. You're Seattle, you pay these guys up front. Now it's time for them to block one-on-one.
Lil Mack looks exhausted there. He was going full throttle all night long. Interesting, they had 5 sacks in the first half, but not a sack of Wilson here in the second half. 2nd and 6. Ball's out! That was Trevathan, who crashed down, and the Bears recover it.
The awareness there. Russell's got to have his eyes up, as happened last week with Von Miller. He's running to his left. He's got to keep his shoulders downfield. He's got to see it. Trevathan with a big sack. You're going to see him here. A chip on the outside forces him to come up in the rush. He's got to see it. When he wants to strike downfield, he's got to have the peripheral to get it. Trevathan just gets him so right there on the right side. Leonard Floyd, the young fella, finding a way to be around the ball.
Danny Trevathan with the forced fumble. Leonard Floyd with the recovery. And the Bears sitting on a big night that they can close out here with under 4.5 to play.
Should be Jordan Howard time now, guys.
Should be, but
We got a lead. Let's just pound them, wear them down.
that's exactly what they will commit to. Matt Nagy, the play caller and head coach. His home debut for the 40-year-old. He was under the tutelage of Andy Reid for so many years. Tough one to take for Russell Wilson, who had his team in position through the pick 6 moments ago, and then the turnover with the fumble right there.
It's so hard to have that. I mean, Russell has all the intangibles. The leader of this franchise, playmaking ability. Those turnovers are costly, and it's a fine line because when he creates these plays, we're high-fiving, celebrating, and they don't work out. Everyone talk negative about it. It's hard to win when you have this type of system of offense Seattle has. It's strictly on the playmaking of the quarterback.
Frank Clark with the tackle for Wallace.
Well, it's also hard to win from Russell Wilson's standpoint when you feel like you're alone. The talent level in Seattle, offensively and defensively, isn't where it used to be. So Russell Wilson comes on the field realizing he has to hold the ball with. He has to try to do it all. I don't think he wants to sit there and get hit and turn it over, but he's the one playmaker for this team, and he realizes it's his job. So it's tough when you don't have a lot of guys to help.
Doug Baldwin, Jimmy Graham's over in Green Bay. You just don't have the weapons they used to have.
Yep.
3rd and 12 as we are under 3 minutes to go here. The screens at Howard. Seattle stays with him that time. He only goes for 5 as Clark and Rasheem Green get to him. Remember 0-2, what I mentioned earlier. Since 2007, we have had 92 teams start a season 0-2. Only 10 of those 92 have gone on to make the playoffs. Last year, the Saints were 0-2. A few years ago, 2015, the Seahawks were 0-2 and made the playoffs. But to be in that bowl, Seattle is going to have Dallas next week. And this Bears team will be at Arizona.
That stat says a lot about the 0-2 records, but you see Pete Carroll, the energy, he knows the formula. This team's beat up, we're right, it's a different team. There's a little bit of a rebuild happening in Seattle, whether they want to admit it or not. But Pete Carroll has the formula. He's drafted well, he signed key free agents, and he'll stay positive and win the day, the competition mindset that he has, and he'll bounce back. But it's going to be a rebuild. It's a different personnel on this football team.
The Bears defense has come up with big plays here in the fourth quarter. Special teams trying to get a big play here. Let's clean this thing up.
I think that may be a safety.
It may be. No, instead they're going to mark it just inside the one.
Yeah, once the...
That's actually a good play by Lockett, because that ball now...
Kulkowski made a great play there.
Yeah, once the kicking team touches it, then the receiving team, they can get it. Even if they fumble
it doesn't matter.
Exactly, it doesn't matter at that point. So actually a smart play there by Lockett.
Lockett knew it was to his advantage to see what he could come up with, but we'll see how this crew with Walt Coleman heading it up cleans it up.
The receiving team recovered the ball at the 1 yard line in this momentum, carried him into the end zone by rule. He gets the ball at the 1 yard line, first down.
Jeff Triplett, a rules expert, they got that right, Jeff, right?
Yes, they got that right. You were right when you said, Tess, that he touched the ball, the kick team touched the ball inside the one, but the receiving team player then caught the ball, and his momentum carried him into the end zone, so they put it on the 1 yard line. So the crew got this exactly right.
And that is where Seattle will take over.
Lockett was trying to steal one there. Maybe he could scoop that up and take off with it.
Russ goes to C.J. Closice. Spins his way to the 9 yard line.
You know, one thing we haven't talked a lot about tonight is Vic Fangio.
Yep.
And the job he's done as defensive coordinator. Matt Nagy said that was important to him, that he wanted to keep Vic here. Really respected the job he did.
Here's a promising rookie in Will Dissly, who had a big play last week at Denver. Former defensive end at Washington, but Coach Chris Peterson said, you know, you should catch the ball a little bit. Now he's a promising NFL tight end. As this will take us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter with Prince Alukamara, pick 6, the spotlight moment. And now they get the Steelers.
It's magic.
I'd like to see you wear that outfit someday, Whip. Post-game fashion by Fitzpatrick. 2nd and 4. Matt chasing Wilson, and he gets it complete with Lockett making a good effort for 11 yards.
That's the thing about this. Where we're at in the game, Russell's going to continue to fight. And look who was chasing him. Khalil Mack. I mean, the success this guy's had his first 2 weeks, he's a game changer. He literally can change the game and wreck it.
Flips it ahead to Closice, who was hit hard that time by Roquan Smith.
You know, guys, you talk about Khalil Mack. I remember being in Tampa when Simeon Rice came. He forces everyone else to pick their level up. South, Brooks, everybody had to pick their level up. Looks like Khalil Mack's doing the same here in Chicago.
As Russell will take a knee and get the first down. Coming up on the 1-minute mark. Seattle without any timeouts, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Dallas is at Seattle next week. That is the Seahawks home opener. So they got the scheduling quirk with opening up on the road for the first 2 weeks. A Seattle loss tonight And the NFC West, you got the Rams on top at 2-0. And with that roster that we saw that is absolutely loaded, you know what they did yesterday. Seattle would go to 0-2 here. Cardinals are 0-2. San Francisco grabbed a win yesterday. Wilson complete inside the 10 to Brown. 19-yard reception.
For Seattle, it doesn't get any easier for Jermaine Effetti. Marcus Lawrence is coming out there on the same side. So, tough stretch. Russell's going to have to have his same mindset to create these plays.
First and goal. Slam inside the 5 to Jerome Brown.
I believe Vic Fangio wants to hold him here. He's the ultimate competitor.
By the way, the Seahawks have been 0-2 only once before in the Russell Wilson era. That was 2015. We mentioned that earlier. In terms of your ability to make the playoffs or not make the playoffs. They got out of that ball. Faced with that to 4. 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Will Dissly. 14 seconds remaining.
Nice catch by the rookie in the touchdown at the end of the game. I saw Brandon Marshall walk up to him there and say, hey, I know it's your first one, but probably stay away from the spike there. You know, you just lost the game. Good job on the drag route. It looked like Roquan Smith, but at the very end, Brandon Marshall was like, hey, bigger than, I know it's a lot of motion with it being the first one and all, but no need to spike that there.
Onside kick in the 4th quarter of a game. So Dixon, the rookie, is out there instead of the 19-year veteran, Janikowski. He drop-kicked a kickoff earlier, and I think he's going to attempt to do a drop-kick onside kick based on how he's holding the ball. There's no tee out there.
Janikowski's played a lot of football, but to never get an onside kick in the 4th quarter, how does that happen? He's one of the best kickers ever, Joe.
Well, I mean, think about how long Janikowski's been in the league for that stat to exist. And he's never pulled off a successful onside kick in the 4th quarter. Janikowski and Tom Brady are the only active NFL players who were drafted in 2000. There's no current NFL player selected in an NFL draft that took place before the year 2000.
That just means they're old, Joe. That's all that means.
Well, that means we're old, boy. That's what that means. When we can come up with these stats and reference it, we're old, boy.
And completely different. Janikowski, I told you what he's weighing in out with that uniform, and Tom Brady's on the TB12 menu, going, staying healthy, and just crushing Father Time. Here's opposites.
Here we go with Dixon again. Watch for a drop kick here that he's going to try to place. The Australian native who has every single club in the bag. There's a drop kick, onside kick, and the knuckler is put into the hands securely of Anthony Miller to seal this game. Chicago's going to be in Arizona next week. Seahawks are going to get your old team with the Cowboys, who took care of the Giants last night.
They had a big win. They started out early. Dak Prescott be able to go back home Sunday night and have a chance to win that game against a tough opponent, the Giants. They're just always battles, regardless. I know the Giants are down a little bit this year, but big win for the Cowboys last night.
You know, first-year coaches have been struggling this year. Nagy's just the 3rd first-year coach to get a win this season. They're a combined 3-11 now. This has got to feel good for the Bears' new man, Matt Nagy. 24